Good evening, madam. Can we meet you, please?
Good evening. So my name is Mrs. Gloria. We are the CEO of Glow Farm Enterprise.
Okay. I understand that this is a greenhouse that was set up and stocked by you. And in your previous video, we heard you say something about how beneficial and economical this type of farm setup is. I have a few questions I would like you to answer. First of all, how does one source for the food that you give to the snails in this kind of farm setup?
Okay, thank you very much. That's a very important question because when it comes to feeding, a lot of persons tend to have issues with that. So that's a very wonderful question there. For a greenhouse setting like this, first, we try our possible best to make it natural as possible, because if you look around this greenhouse, you notice that it's already greenish in a lot. We have different varieties of vegetables planted in this place. When you look here, you will notice that there is green leaf here, so we have different varieties of vegetables already planted in the greenhouse. And secondly, because it's of this size, we encourage that you sometimes support them with vegetables like carrots, cucumber, cabbage, and the rest. Because if you look inside the farm, you will notice that we also feed them vegetables. You will notice that there is carrot here, there is cabbage here, and we have our cucumber. So we don't just talk; we also preach what we do.
Okay. Is it not okay to allow the water source to just come from the rain that falls maybe once in a while to keep the farm wet?
No.
I'm saying this particularly concerning the sprinklers I am seeing here in this farm. Is it necessary for one to also install sprinklers in a free range setting like this?
Yes, it's 100% necessary because this is a free range, and you know the idea is to make it as natural as possible. And snail needs water. I used to say snail itself requires water because 99.9% of snails needs water. So let me show you the reason why you should be sprinkling your snails often and why you should install sprinklers in your greenhouse. Okay, let's take example. These snails right here does not have access to water. You see how dry it looks. And these snails, this one is active, this one is active, but this one was just lying down here because it does not have access to water. You understand? So you cannot compare this snail to this very snail here because this one is already active and is ready to feed. So once you keep your sprinkler on, your snails become very, very active. You notice that your snails can be feeding all through the day, compared to that narrative that says snails only feed at night, and it will keep them hydrated instead of just for them fainting for them. Let's assume there's no water in this farm and you're waiting for rainfall, and there's no rainfall for like a week. What happens to the farm? You will notice that your snails will start dying because first they will be sourcing for water themselves. Snails have a way of sourcing for water for themselves. They will be digging the ground looking for water, and in the process of that, they may just dry up, and that is the end of it. Your farm will suffer. So we need water to be running inside your greenhouse, not just for the snails, also for the crops planted inside the farm, to keep it fresh and greenish as possible. Thank you.
Okay, I equally noticed the presence of dry plantain leaves all over the farm. Can you please tell us a little bit about that? Because everywhere in this farm, I'm seeing dry plantain leaves. Please tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, for every successful snail farming business, dry plantain leaf is very, very important. But I know that a lot of persons will be wondering why I decided to introduce dry plantain leaf in a greenhouse. First, considering the height of this farm is above 7 feet from the ground, then we are looking at the snails falling from such height to the ground, first is to affect their shell. Then we are also considering the weather, the sun and all that. For us to keep the snails comfortable and warm, we decided to introduce the plantain leaf. So it will help the snails remain intact during the day. You can see them. It will help them remain intact during the day. Are you seeing them? So this is the benefit of plantain leaf in your snail farm. So that's going to be. That's how it's going to be. Look at it.
So this serves as a hideout for snails, as a shade. It provides shade for them in the daytime during the sunlight, right?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, thank you very much for this enlightenment.
You're welcome.
We believe that with what you're doing here in the next 6 months, then the whole of this place will be filled with snails.
Of course, of course. This is a 15,000 capacity of snail farm right in the city of
15,000.
Yeah, this is a capacity of 15,000. I'm talking about stocking. This is a capacity of 15,000. So 6 months, by 6 months, then we should be expecting not less than 30,000. I'm not just saying it for saying sake. That is what we should be expecting in this farm.
Wow, that's a big number. Okay, we'll come back again in 6 months' time to see if what you're saying is true. Thank you very much.
Definitely.
And do have a nice evening.
Please, for more information, you can always get to us on 070-691873. 070-691873. We are always open for questions and answering. And we do consultancy as well. You can see how beautiful this project looks like. We offer services. Thank you very much and God bless you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.